Eva, I feel really privileged by having this opportunity to interview you. Thank you very much indeed for coming.
Similar for me.
Let's talk a little bit about chess as a game, because sometimes we forget that chess could be just a game. But game is very important. I mean, Huizinga already established in his famous work Homo Ludens that play precedes culture. Perhaps that is why the educational line of learning by playing and playing by learning is so strong today all over the world, I will say. What then differentiates chess from other games from this point of view? Especially if we talk about learning to make decisions, which is the main thread in this year Educational Chess Summit.
Yes, chess has an effect on many different levels of the abilities, from the basic abilities to the highest level of abilities, from basic like sensory motor, like directions, relations, movements, to control ourselves, and on cognitive level, cognitive operations, like memory, which is a very important base, and using algorithm, spatial, visual, reasoning, and problem solving, and what is very important, and the best games like chess goes in the direction that the highest level of the cognitive abilities, which we call that executive functions. These are the highest level, like decision making, or planning, or creativity as a whole, and seeing others' view. That's all in chess, a basic every game solution, and we could practice. And what is important in chess, that it's like life. And here comes the decision. We have to have decisions in every minute. And chess is a mirror of our life. If we imagine that our goal, which we have to have in our life, is the opponent's king. So there is the king. We have to be very straight to it. But meanwhile, we have consider our own values, our own king, and those who are with our abilities to achieve anything, especially our goals. So we have to be careful. And we have to know when to sacrifice, when to retreat, when to go forward. And that must be done very wisely. And here comes the decision.
And the clock is running, so not only very wisely, but quickly.
Quickly, and that's the life. So chess mirrors life, and then that's something very important.
Indeed. But very often, the person teaching chess is not a school teacher, is not a professional of pedagogy. Is a chess player who is going to the school to give the chess classes, which implies the competitive element in teaching. Then the question is competitiveness compatible with the concept of homo ludens and learning by playing?
Yes, that's competitiveness and cooperation is part of our culture and part of every game and every minute of our life. So it's not a problem, and I think it's very important to learn in a competitive situation from an early age, if it's possible, to lose, to respect our opponent, or to win which is not easy to win in life, and being ourselves, and see the others' motives. And these are what we can have in competition, where there are not only cognitive steps, but emotional, motivational, and social issues in the competitive situation. So it's not a problem that there is a competitive situation, but rather what is the different view of a chess trainer is that the chess trainer thinks that chess is a goal. But for a teacher, and those who are already following what Judit found out, chess is the tool to develop.
The
way to develop. So that's a very, very, very different. And in education, unfortunately, usually teachers think that's the material what they give to children is the goal to learn. No, these are tools, physics and everything, and chess similarly, tools to try things, to try the world, to try a new way of thinking, to try myself. And that's different. And that's why I am very happy with the Chess Palace, because it uses chess like a tool and not, we don't want 10 millions of champions, chess champions. We don't need, but we need 10 millions and millions and milliards of people being able to think and compete on a really respective level. So that's why I think it should change also in the chess trainer's mind.
Yeah, the Chess Palace is a concept developed by the Judit Polgar Foundation, which Judit herself explained before during this summit. Now, let's talk a little bit about special children. For example, the intellectually gifted ones, for whom Socrates' famous phrase, "I only know that I know nothing," is especially true, because chess is for them like an infinite, unlimited challenge where there is always much to learn, right?
Yes, however, not all of the intellectually gifted people like chess. It's just certainly it can be a very good way to have challenges. That's very important, because maybe the most important element of the talent is that seeking for challenges, and that's what chess can give. So, and for a talent is rather a game which can have the pleasure for the intellectual challenge, or maybe it's a good way of developing those abilities. What chess is perfect, so that's a very different possibility for different talents. And obviously it could be a good start for all the talents, but well, maybe there are other ways to develop. So it's a choice of the talent, what the talent would like to have as a life style, to have chess in it or not. That's the challenge is the most important.
Of course. If we are talking about ADHD, I mean attention deficit and hyperactive people, we even have scientific studies that indicate the great usefulness of chess, even from a therapeutic point of view, with these, especially children, also adults, but especially children. And in the case of the autistic spectrum, as we were talking before with Sorokina, there are very positive international experiences with respect to chess. Now, to what do you attribute such good results?
Yeah, that's first of all, the ADHD people need always stimuli. And that chess is a continuous challenge. So there is the challenge, there is the changing, which is very good. But there are the clear rules, and that's the key. Because for ADHD people and autistic people, the rules are very important. So there is a framework. You can do anything, but the rules are very, very clear. And in that framework, you can have many, many challenges, many possibilities, and the situation is always changing, and that gives the ADHD mind an important possibility to rise the dopamine level, because that's the problem, that in ADHD the dopamine goes away in a minute. So they need always new challenges, new stimulus, something that is interesting. They have to do something, play or having others to do something, and chess gives it all. And for autistic people, that's really there. And otherwise, we have research results that specific learning difficulties lessen using this chess in the education. So we follow that. So I think what is good for the education and the best educational methods are good for the neurodiverse people, and vice versa. So the best educational methods we can see when it's good for ADHD and other neurodiverse people.
That's extremely interesting. Now, the last question. Suppose you were used to use chess as an educational tool right now here with a child. And then what is the first thing you will say to motivate him or her?
Yeah, but, well, it depends on the child. So the child's interest. But what is the best way? I think that we consider chess a puzzle, an interesting puzzle, which can played without a competitive situation. That's why it's very good to start with end games and so on. So the first of all, I think it's a puzzle to find out how it works. On the other hand, it can be a story. There are people. It's a drama. There is the king and the queen has stories. All the pieces can have their own stories, which is another dimension of the chess. So if the child is interested rather in a rather verbal, imaginary world, we can start from that way, just how it works, how these rules in the life and in stories, what happens, and so on. So we can find different dimensions of the chess and give the child that. But I think the puzzle is the puzzle.
Eva, you know, my dream as a journalist is interviewing somebody like you every day because of how much I'm learning. Éva Gyarmathy, thanks a lot.
You.
For
Me tomorrow.
All right, we can do it. Yes, thank you very much. And you please don't go away yet, because we have the closing with Judit Polgar.